Hey Sainers, welcome back to another Trade Talk video. A bit of a breaking news edition today. Finally, Paddy Dow has officially requested a trade to St Kilda. It's on Twitter at the moment. There's been a few movements over the weekend with other players nominating their preferred destination, and now the former pick 3 will be on his way to Moorabbin, hopefully, if everything goes smoothly, which I think it will. The man who drafted him, Silvani Sauce, he'll be reunited with him after Sauce had drafted him at pick 3 from Carlton. So full circle there. Sauce working his magic again. Well, not really working his magic, but linking us to some Carlton players that he rates. And to be fair, in years gone by, I've not been a huge fan of Paddy Dow. I've not watched a lot of him, I'll be honest, but from what I saw, I just kind of saw a little bit of what we've had in the midfield in the last, 3 to 6 years in terms of just like the Luke Dunstons, where it's just, accumulator, but I don't know, just doesn't really have much of an impact for his team. But to be fair, Paddy Dow, he's only played, I think, the 10 games this year, but from some of the games that I saw, particularly the one against us at Marvel, where Carlton came from behind and won, he was pretty damn good that day. He had 22, but he got a bit more of a run in the midfield in the last month for Carlton. And you look at his numbers, he went from 9, 7, 8, 12 to 22 against us, 20 against Melbourne, 24 against the Suns, and then 21 against the GWS Giants. Didn't feature in their final series, but, he's had a decent year. He looks like he's coming on a little bit now. He's got a bit more confidence in himself. He's only 23. He's a good size, 184 centimetres, 83 kilos, so pretty much your prototype sort of midfielder. He was only averaging about 16 disposals per game, but like I said, for a lot of the start of the year, he just wasn't getting a run, and he got a run later in the year, and he proved to be a pretty handy player. So I think in terms of our needs in the midfield, with just more rotations, he's not an absolute gun, but he's got a ceiling. We don't really know where that'll go. Depends on his development, but he's only 23. He hasn't had really a fully dedicated run in the guts, and I think we might be able to offer that to him. With players like Seb Ross, Saki Jones, probably not going to be as existent in the midfield in the next year or two. Aging players, we need to share the load a little bit more, and Paddy Dow fits that demographic, and he's a good bloke from what I've heard from Carlton fans. And speaking of Carlton fans, I did speak to Dan who's Pommy in Oz, otherwise the co-star of Blue Abroad with Terry. He thinks pick 37 for Paddy Dow. Like, some Carlton fans I read online think he's a first rounder. He's definitely not a first rounder. Like, Liam Henry's going to push that mark, and even I don't think he's quite there. Paddy Dow's definitely not. But pick 37 for Paddy Dow, I think, is pretty fair. 3rd, 4th rounder, I think that's smooth sailing. I think Carlton fans will be pretty happy with a pick in the 30s. They could definitely use that, and then we get the player that we want. So I think this will get done pretty smoothly. I know I did report last week that maybe it wouldn't, but I think things have changed since then, and I think both clubs are kind of at a position where a deal will get done and get done pretty smoothly, maybe even as early as next week. It could be wrapped up, so I'll keep an eye on that one, but I think that's pretty decent. That's a start. If we got Paddy Dow, we get Liam Henry, and maybe there's a few others out there that we might be able to work in. Maybe we can get some more draft picks elsewhere, depending on Gresham and maybe Billings, Dougal Howard, if any of them have any movements. That'll then kind of, I guess, open the door for any other opportunities. But Paddy Dow has requested a trade to St Kilda. Fingers crossed we can get it done. He'll add some much needed midfield depth. He's got a bit of grunt, he's got a good kick on him, and he's a good clearance player, and I think we need more of that. We got smashed at the clearances pretty much all year, and that was the biggest issue in our finals loss to the Giants, was just being competitive in the midfield, and we didn't have that. So having another avenue with him to start would be good, and we still need to get more, but this is a good start. So we'll keep an eye on that one next week, Sainers. Thank you very much for watching. Comment your thoughts. Let me know what you think about Paddy Dow. If you think he can be maybe starting 22, round 1 next year, give me your thoughts. Put them in the comments below and let me know. And like and subscribe as well. But I'll see you tomorrow for Saints TV Weekly and the Saints TV podcast, the final Saints TV podcast of 2023. Take care. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. And as always, go you mighty Sainers. See you guys.